In this lesson, we will work on solving area equations. There are 6 steps you need to follow. Number 1, identify the shape in the problem. Number 2, write the area formula for that shape. Number 3, label the parts that you know and what you're trying to find. Number 4, sub in the values that you know. Number 5, solve the equation for the missing variable. And then number 6, label your answer. Okay, so in problem number 1, it says a floor is in the shape of a parallelogram. The mat has an area of 672 square inches. If the base of the mat is 28 inches, what is the height? Okay, so first let's identify the shape. The shape is a parallelogram. And so next I'm going to write the formula for the area. Area equals base times height. Number 3, label the parts that you know. Well, I know the area is 672. I know the base is 28. Base is 28. I am asked to find the height. That is the unknown. That's what I need to solve for. So I've labeled my parts. Now I'm going to sub in what I know. Sub in area 672 is equal to base. Base is 28 times the height, which is the unknown. Okay, so now I just solve the equation. I undo the multiplication by division, so I divide both sides by 28, and the height is 672 divided by 28, which is 24. And the last step is to label. I am in inches here, so the height is in inches. Notice it's not square inches, it's not the area. The area is square units. The base and the height are just in inches. Okay, next example says a token is in the shape of a trapezoid and has an area of 30 square centimeters. If the bases are 4 centimeters and 6 centimeters, what is the height of the token? So first, identify the shape. The shape is a trapezoid, so let's write the formula for a trapezoid. Area of trapezoid is equal to the height times the sum of the bases, so b1 plus b2, divided by 2. I'm going to write the formula where we divide by 2. Okay, now that I've written the area formula, label the parts. I know that the area A is 30. I know that the bases B1 is 4, B2 is 6. Again, it does not matter which base you call which one, because when you add them together, you'll get the same sum. You're looking for the height, that is your unknown. Okay, so I'm going to plug in what I know. A, the area is 30, so 30 equals the height, which is the unknown, so I'm going to leave it the variable h. Add the bases together, b1 plus b2, so 4 plus 6, and then that's divided by 2. Okay, so now to solve for h, I need to get h by itself. And so as you can see on this right side, I am dividing by 2. And so I need to undo that division by multiplication. Of course, I do the same thing to both sides. I multiply 2 on both sides. These 2's would simplify to 1. They would cross out. They would cancel. 2 times 30 is 60. 60 is equal to h, the height, times 4 plus 6. Well, 4 plus 6 is 10. So 60 equals h times 10. To undo this multiplication, I would divide by 10 to get h by itself. And h, the height, is 60 divided by 10, which is 6. So I've solved for my missing variable, solved for the height. The last step is to label the answer. My units here are centimeters. So 6 centimeters. Example 3 says a doghouse is in the shape of a triangle with an area of 8 square feet. The height of the frame is 4 feet. What is the width of the base? So first, identify the shape. The shape here we're talking about is a triangle. So let's write the formula. Area equals base times height divided by 2. You could also write 1/2 times base times height, but again, multiplying by 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. I've written the area formula. Now let's label the parts. It has an area of 8, so A, the area is 8, and the height is 4. Height is 4. You want the base. Okay, I've labeled my parts. Now sub in. A, area is 8, is equal to base, which I don't know, times the height of 4, and that's all divided by 2. Okay. Again, I can undo this this division over here by multiplying by 2. I multiplied 2 on both sides. Those 2's simplify. 2 times 8 is 16. That's equal to what's left over here, b times 4. Now I'd undo this multiplication by division. I divide both sides by 4, so that those 4's simplify to 1 times b, which is b, and b is equal to 16 over 4, or 16 divided by 4, which is 4. The last step is to label my units, which is feet. So the base is 4 feet. Last example says the length of one diagonal of a rhombus is 8 centimeters. The area of the rhombus is 72 square centimeters. What is the length of the other diagonal? So first, identify the shape. The shape here is a rhombus. So the area formula for a rhombus is d sub 1 times d sub 2 divided by 2, right? You multiply the diagonals together and divide them by 2 to get the area. Label the parts. Well, I know that the length of one diagonal, so let's just call this d sub 1. The first diagonal is 8. The area of the rhombus is 72, and you want the length of the other diagonal, so you want d sub 2. Okay, plug in those parts. A, the area is 72, is equal to d sub 1, which is 8, d sub 2, which I don't know. I'm just going to put d for the variable, and that's divided by 2. Undo this division over here by multiplying both sides by 2. 2 times 72 is 144. That's equal to what's left, 8d. Undo the multiplication by dividing by 8, and d is 144 divided by 8, which is 18. Label units. This is in centimeters. So the second diagonal, d sub 2, is equal to 18 centimeters.